everyone. I'm Tina, this is To the Inner Wild. Thanks for joining me for a quick one. I just drew some cards and thought I'd share something with you. Maybe it'll click with your storyline or a perspective that is meant to open up your eyes a little wider, I guess. Anyway, let's take a look. Okay, so I'm flipping through. I asked Spirit for just any information for me, and this flew right at my feet. This is the Fool. And upon closer view, we see that it follows that S-shaped curve, right? So it's very natural in its position. And we see the flow of life, almost like part of a DNA strand. So it's in harmony, it's in flow with wherever it's going. The chin up is more prominent than, let's say, having your nose up in the air. So this is not arrogance, this is simply looking up to greater horizons, possibly seeing that as a guiding light. You wear a crown, however big or small it may be. You have a good head on your shoulders, being that your perspective is looking onto greater horizons and trusting. You see the eyes closed. There's a trust in the journey. You see the feet here. It originally looked like a boat to me. So wherever we are going, it's almost like two calmer horizons. It's a journey, it's an adventure. The boat is actually comprised of feet, putting one foot in front of the other with very little to stand on besides its own shadow. So that shadow itself is foundation, almost like a net. It doubles as a net to the sustenance to carry you through. Let's say the fish that it's meant to catch as you move through. I see the number 14 here. I'm not sure what the significance is on that, but 14 is boiled down to 5. 5 is a very humanitarian number in numerology. I'd say it's a halfway point to wherever our journey is meant to take us. We also see 3 toes on each side, which is resemblance on the front and end, almost like the 6 of swords is what I'm getting, which is a journey to calmer waters when you think about the boat. And then I see a pocket here, carrying lightly and carrying only with what you need. So your foundation is partially, you can only carry so much on your journey. So your essentials are in tow. We also see the adventure also emphasized here with these like tassels, almost like a western, the new frontier that you're headed on to. And you carry some tribal knowledge, as your crown somewhat depicts in that. And we see also 4 of Pentacles hidden here on the buttons. 4 of Pentacles is about the ownership and knowing, also realizing in a distance, maybe that could be the 5th Pentacle. The obstructions that you face, the adversities, the fear of lacking, that is now distant from you, but it's also a guiding light to new horizons, moving beyond that fear of lacking, of Okay, so that came first. And then I asked for more. And then on the other side of the box came this, which is the 9 of Wands. They look like dynamite to me, rather than simply candles. Wait, yeah, okay, 4 above the 5. And they could position it in any way. I've worked with these cards before, so looking at this 416 on the clock, its linear fashion is not as frequented through the rest of the cards in this format. So 4 above the 5, we have upholding your domestic front. It all starts from home. It all starts from within. So we're looking at that aspect and prioritizing that above anything else. With the 5 of Wands in the bottom, it's mind over matter, that whole concept. So we have the victory on the home front, self-actualization, manifestation within your domestic unit, within your own being, your foundations of your own temple here. Above the 5 of Wands, which is conflict. Whatever conflict that may be, you're rising above it. And 9 of Wands in total is the element of knowing yourself, knowing your environment, knowing that which surrounds you, and building boundaries in order to fortify whatever it is that you're building, whether it is to protect, preserve, or yeah, I think that's the establishment to grow, to flourish, to establish longevity and sustainability. That is the card that fell on our receiving side, our intuitive side. Then the Queen of Wands came through in reverse, which, Queen of Pentacles came in reverse, and I wasn't too fond of the card, but it was not as threatening, because any of those that are court cards, especially King or Queen, are best in upright, and its reversal depicts some kind of restrictive or excessive content here. But beneath that was still on deck, so that's still changeable. So when I saw that it came out with this, but it fell to my, I guess, left foot, whereas the Fool was on my right. This is luck, this is destiny, this is things being within your favor. And in order for that to happen, the Queen of Pentacles is generous. She is the best mother in the deck. And so maybe this is clear emphasis to the Four of Wands, building that stability. And so right now, I think in order to achieve this Wheel of Fortune, what's destined, and able to enable that manifestation, because we're ultimately enabled towards our highest potential when it comes to being in union with the divine. Yeah. And so when we look at that, in order to get there, to match up, we're looking at almost like an hourglass, with being more mindful of what our investments are. So I think that's really what's driving our focus, understanding where we're putting ourselves, where we're putting our energy, our time, our attention, our focus, ultimately in every little thing that we do, as well as large. But it all starts from somewhere, seeds of our intention. So everything counts. Everything is energy. When you think about the straw that broke the camel's back, we're also thinking about the accumulation of all that we invest in. I'm seeing the number 40 right here. Maybe that means something to you. Interesting. So I think this is an opportune time now to be more decisive of how we invest ourselves, whether that be physical, pentacle, money, versus the intangible, in order to help facilitate this. We create our own destinies. We walk our own paths. Yeah, so there's that. And just take this more like as a steering wheel, right? Taking hold of that. If you're in the driver's seat, that's the steering wheel to the chariot energy. So then I asked for a little bit more information. Then these two came out on my right side, further out past the wheel. And it came out just like that. So we have the Two of Cups, we have union, we have harmony. Yeah, cooperation. It's one over the other, which is, when I look at this, it's almost like a footstep. It reminds me of Beauty and the Beast, the cup that just kind of hops, hops, hops. That particular one has mobile energy. This one is more like, I get the impression right now on this is that this is, because I feel like this is like a ghostly energy, where something that's holding it is like ghostly like. It's the way it's positioned is, it's like it's drifting. It's divine energy. It's something that we cannot see. It's intangible, but very real. And they can come in contact with the tangible. So I feel like whatever energy you're matching and moving forward, because this is guided by some other force, and this is guided by our own footstep, this is like our Ace of Pentacles. Whatever we're doing, wherever we're going with this, is matched energy by the divine. I really feel like that. Like, think about this like on a perspective, like a plan like that, where you're having a drink, like a cup of coffee or whatever, with the divine. Like, you're conversing. It's being in union with them. But then when you look at it on a vertical plane, what is it, perpendicular? An upright view, that's what I'm seeing, that once we get up, this is what we're doing with it, and then this is lifted up, like your guest lifts up, and matching that energy. So it's a reciprocation. It's almost like the Six of Pentacles embedded in here. That kind of energy. Yeah. I feel like Yeah, because you see how the dotted lines on here are very different. This is cut here, you know, perforated here. What am I? Yeah, I feel like this is meant to flow into here. It's filled all the way to the top, and you see ours is, you know, room for more. So whatever we decide to do, it can be replenished by this energy. And then we have the Three of Cups here. Three of Cups is about celebration. It's the progression from here to here to here. It's an upward movement, a trajectory that leads to greater. So this could be all an illusion that it's more as you proceed ahead that you can hold on to. But I really feel like maybe each cup holds the same amount. The idea of more is upon elevation. Like, you know what this tastes like, you know what it tastes like to be here, you know what it's like to be up here as well. Yeah, that's what I feel like. But they all have foundations, yeah, and something to take hold of in case things are maybe too hot to hold. You're able to get a handle without burning yourself. So it takes patience. If things are hot, you know, as you move along, then you're able to take a breather as you take hold. So you may not feel like you're ready to take a sip or take a drink upon each level, but you're meant to hold it and really decipher when it's okay. You're meant to use your discernment as you move through, but as you move through, and trusting the possibilities that, you know, you're meant to take hold of whatever opportunity this is. It's a process. And then the last thing that came through, oh, and by the way, when this came yeah, okay, so when this came through, on the other side of it was the King of Pentacles in reverse. And I wasn't too fond of that either, because it depicted an energy of manipulation with money. And it gave me this energy of someone that was unsavory trying to get to me, because it was actually placed very close to my energy here. And I have a choice, just like, you know, with Destiny, of what to put back into the deck and what to accept and what to refuse, building boundaries. And so I was like, it didn't even take long before I put it back into the deck. And then I asked Spirit, you know, if there was anything else. And then this came through. And I was like, hell yeah, thanks. That's awesome. So looking at this Ten of Cups coming in upright. Again, we have this unification upon, you know, self and spirit and the divine forces, and how that really attracts the crowd of Four of Cups on each side. So it's unifying the polarities of perspectives of the people and the environment that you're in, unifying those perspectives, because Four of Cups is almost feeling like deflated. Discontent, not realizing what you can celebrate, because it's just feeling really like, ugh, bummed about things and not certain on how to get out of it. I can't say it's quite 100% depression, but it's a sense of jadedness, a sense of like discontent, you know, waiting for something greater to happen, and like a dis-ease and an unsettling force. It's just like, it's a bright sunny day, and yet you're feeling like not with it, you know. So this unification that you have with spirit and divine forces allows others to see that and come together. Therefore, the development of this in some, and you've got the Eight of Cups, which is higher perspectives, everyone being on the same page. How often does that happen? Honestly, that is the Ten of Cups right there. That is abundance, both in physical, spiritual, you know, both tangible and intangible forms. So this is magnitude, Ten of Cups. Therefore, all of you can toast to this. Everyone's cup is filled to the max, and every cup is different. Amazing. All right, 17:52 on the clock. Hopefully that helps you gain some perspective. That helped me out. I didn't even read it as much as I did when relating to you, but you know, that certainly helped. Anyway, thanks very much, and we're going to put that Fool on the top. because it doesn't imply that you are uneducated. It doesn't imply that you are immature. All that it really means at the core level is that you're within a cycle of learning, a cycle of growth. It's like you complying with the universe. Like, all right, okay, let me grab my jacket, ready to go. So it's complying and not complicating things. That's what I'm getting. All right, thanks very much, everybody. Hope that helps, and hopefully I'll see you again. Thanks, bye.